Hi everyone. So it's officially 2 weeks and 2 days since I arrived in New York. And some days it feels, well, never mind some days, some moments it feels, yes, I can do this. And other moments it's like, this is too much, I can't go. What I want to talk about today is something that I've really been having to think about over the past 2 weeks, and that is being present. And it might sound crazy, but I've really needed to question myself as to how present I am and if I am at all present in my life. And I'll explain to you what I mean. I've been making lots of little mistakes. I've been getting meeting times wrong, confusing numbers, swapping letters, just making odd mistakes, annoying, silly, but persistent mistakes. And my warning bell started to go off, and I asked myself, what's going on here? And I realized I'm not present. There's so much happening. There is so much, as I spoke about last week, uncertainty. There are so many logistics that I need to organize, finding an apartment, getting furniture. There is an immense amount of paperwork that is consuming me just with the business of living. And what's happened is, instead of being present in the moment and focusing on the task at hand, I'm either 10 steps in the future or 8 steps in the past, analyzing what I've just done and being critical of the mistakes that I've just made, or thinking about the consequences of my choices in the future. And the result of that is that it's taken my energy, taken my focus, taken my power away from where I really need it, and that is the present moment. So I want to ask you to examine your life, especially at the times when you're busy and you're under a lot of stress, and look at how present you are. Are you focused and concentrating on what's right in front of you? Or is your mind wandering somewhere else? There's nothing wrong with daydreaming, and there's nothing wrong with imagining what will happen in the future. Actually, I think that that's quite healthy for us, especially when we do it in a positive way and we imagine good things happening. But it's very destructive to ourselves when our minds are constantly elsewhere and not in the present moment. And it may sound like a crazy thing to say, how can I not be in the present moment? But have a look, take a closer look at your life. And maybe you are really disciplined. But I think for a lot of us, the temptation to allow our thoughts to run away with us and take us off to somewhere where life is actually not happening, that temptation is really, really strong. And I think a lot of the time we fall prey to that temptation. So my focus for this week and the coming weeks is to really do my very best to be present. And when I find that I'm not present and that I'm not in the moment, all it takes is just for me to close my eyes for a second, take a deep breath in and refocus. Because the truth is, no matter how scary things may be, or how exciting things may be, or how uncertain things may be, the only thing that I have power over, the only thing that we have power over is the present moment. So let your focus, I invite you to focus this week on being present, truly present in our lives. So let's take a look this week at what we do in our everyday lives and assess not with a critical eye, but with a loving eye. How present are you? How present am I? Because I can tell you by the number of mistakes that I've made and blunders here and there, and there have been many, multiple, every single day, that I've had to acknowledge that I haven't been present. My mind has been elsewhere. My mind is always running to the myriad things that I have to do, a list that is this long, and I'm wondering, oh my God, how am I going to accomplish all of this and do a new job and get to know people and find my way around the city and. But the truth is, all those things will fall into place. But if I want to be truly effective in my life and productive, I need to be present. My thoughts need to be with me in the moment, not ahead of me or behind me. So the message this week is for us to take a closer look at our lives and really introspect for a little while and ask yourself, how present am I? Am I truly in the moment, or am I in the future or the past? And the reason we want to be in the moment is that is where our power lies. It doesn't lie in the future or the past. It lies here and now. So that's going to be my focus for this week, and I invite you to join me. And let's actively work on being in the present moment. And if you're not, if you find yourself wondering somewhere out there in the future or somewhere back there in the past, just take a breath, take a step back, take a breath, and remind yourself, as I remind myself, all is well. So let's really look at that this week. How are we using our energy? And where are we investing our energy? It's like we have a certain amount of energy and we get to choose where we want to invest that. And I'm really focusing on investing my energy in the present moment, because that is where my power truly lies. That's when we operate at our most efficient and our most powerful and our most creative, is when